Thank you for joining RapidScale's first webinar series of 2017, and welcome. We're really excited to have you all here with us today. My name is Mark Sotkowski. I'm the president of RapidScale. We have got a lot of fun things going on in 2017, and we appreciate you all taking the time to join us today and hear about what those great things are going to be for our partner community and obviously for our company. A couple of housekeeping items that we like to do at the start of all of these, just so everybody's up to speed. The broadcast is being recorded today, so it'll be up on the partner portal within 24 hours. And everybody who's registered for the webinar this morning, this afternoon, depending where you are in the country, you'll be getting a copy of the slide deck, so no reason to go and do unbelievably fast notes. We'll be sending all that over to you today. We've got a little bit of a shorter webinar than our normal, guys, so we'll probably get you out of here a little early today. As always, we always love interaction, so please use the chat or the questions boxes to ask questions throughout the webinar today. We'll do our best to get those questions answered for everybody, either online or Ms. Zoleika Hernandez will let me know that you have a question when I do some pauses, and we'll try to get those answered for you guys in a timely manner. I want to thank Zoleika for joining me today. Zoleika is one of our marketing folks. You've probably had the chance to meet or chat with her in the past. She is the assistant today, and we'll be making sure that everything's recorded and we're getting all those questions answered as quickly as we can for you guys. So without further ado, it looks like we've got a pretty full house. Let's get it rock and rolling and talk about selling cloud in 2017, guys, because boy, is it going to be a good year for all of us. So as always, you know, one of the things we want to take a look at is what changed in 2016. And I know a lot of you on the call really got involved with cloud services and selling cloud solutions to clients in late 15, early 16. Some have been doing it longer. Some this may be your first entree into selling additional services to what you've traditionally sold in the past. So boy, is it growing. It is exploding out there, guys. So we've got some really good statistics here for you that we want to share with you, and if this doesn't open your eyes to knowing of the opportunity that's in front of us, I really don't know what will. So I'm not a big believer in reading slide decks. You guys are all capable of reading, but there are a couple of pieces on here that just really even jumped out at me when I took a look at it when we were prepping up for today, and one of those is that very first bullet point. With 31% of enterprises running over 1,000 virtual machines. That's just amazing to me. That is a phenomenal amount of enterprise customers out there running virtual environments, and a lot of them are running inside of the cloud, right, compared to 22% and 15%. So we always hear that enterprises are not a good fit for the cloud, and if you've been with me in any of our past trainings, or we've had the pleasure of meeting face-to-face maybe, or doing a training together, or maybe even visiting a customer, you'll know that for a long time we've been saying the enterprise group is just going to be as big, if not a bigger cloud consumer than our traditional mid-market and SMB customers are in the past and today. And there's some reasons for that, guys. One of the big reasons is those price points keep going down. And we've seen it, you know, we've seen it literally year over year since I started here with RapidScale back 5+ years ago now. And it's just simple economies, right? At some point in time, it's making more sense for a customer to go out and quote-unquote rent or lease space on a cloud provider like RapidScale, or of course, you know, our big competition. You all know who Amazon is. You all know who Azure is. It just makes sense for them financially to go make that move and spin up workloads in the cloud. We saw a huge uptick with Office 365 in 2016, and we expect that to continue in 2017. As most of you know, we have an Office 365 practice now. So that was a new thing that RapidScale added into 2016. You spoke, we listened, and we rolled out a practice pretty much at the end of the second quarter of last year. And we've got, a fair amount of customers already up and running on Office 365. The downer, if there's a downer around it, the downer is the commissions are not as aggressive as they are in our other core practices, because simply to be said, Microsoft doesn't give us a whole lot of commissions to share. But it is there, it is available, and the way that we see Office 365 here at RapidScale is an entry point for a lot of your customers, and a lot of those enterprise customers kind of looping back to that piece of the pie. And a lot of you are familiar with Microsoft and what they've done in the past, and some of the things that they've been doing with regards to licensing and enterprise licensing agreements and raising the water threshold mark of how big your company has to be to secure one of those enterprise user agreements. They keep upping that number. They keep raising the floor. And what that is forcing people to do who want to use Microsoft, it's forcing them into an Office 365 play. So we don't expect that to change in 2017 or 18. We expect to see a lot more of that. And we expect to take advantage of it with you guys. So great things coming our way, as I mentioned. It was an incredible 16, and 17 looks even better. Take a look at that very last bullet point. Companies with over 1,000 employees are allocating a large portion of the budget to the cloud. We have seen this, guys. We have seen, we call that mid-market really 100 to 2,000 employees. We've got a lot of customers who are 1,000, 1,500, 1,800, 2,000 employees within their business, and we're seeing their consumption rate just continue to grow and grow and grow. They start with one workload, and then they're adding additional workloads, as fast as they can. And what does that mean for everybody on the call? It's called organic growth, guys. We have been unbelievably successful and very lucky and happy with our organic growth within our customer base. We've averaged over 25% a year since we started the company. And that's just customers that you procure for us through the channel. As you guys know, we don't have a direct sales team. You guys are working with our channel managers. We're going to probably rename them to partner experience managers here in 17 because we are really focused on your partner experience with us. But, this is how we get our business. We are channel-centric. And in being channel-centric, we generally start with a workload or two. That condition has changed, and certainly changed a lot in 15, and 16 we saw it even accelerate faster, where we're finding a lot of customers are just coming and moving the entire IT infrastructure into the cloud with us, more IT as a service than individuals IaaS or DaaS or DR as a service, et cetera. They're just moving everything over. But traditionally, we would get one or two workloads, and that's how we'd start our relationship with the client. And then over, the first 6, 12, 18 months, all of a sudden, we start to see those workloads increase. We see new workloads coming into play. All of a sudden, we're seeing production environments being flipped over to us. And for you as our partners, that's a phenomenal place to be because you just see your commissions increase. It's a great way to be. I've got a phone call from a friend who's been selling us now for about 5 years. And this was probably 4 years ago, and he called me up and said, "Hey, Mark, I don't want to raise any red flags, but I noticed my commission, went up dramatically, like 400%. He goes, "Is that a mistake? Because I don't want you guys charging me back if it's a mistake." And I said, "No, your customer moved all their infrastructure to us, 2 months ago. We just finished, got it all turned up, billed, and they paid, and voila, you just saw 4 times your commission because your customers decided to move workloads that you weren't even aware of." So anyhow, kind of wrapping up trends in the market, we are just seeing an overall spend increase, guys, and we don't expect this to slow down. We're seeing more and more customers buying more and more cloud, and just look at that final bullet point here. If that's not a shocker, I don't know what is. That one opens my eyes. $1 trillion shift in IT spending to cloud is predicted for 17. Making cloud computing one of the most disruptive forces of IT spending. That is just huge when you start to think about the size of that marketplace. And all we need is a couple small percentage points there, and we're all doing really, really well, right? But guys, the point here is it's not going to slow down. I know a lot of you on the call with me today are traditional telco agents who started selling voice and data services. And great, now you have the opportunity to go in and sell the entire IT spend of that client. And we've done lots of research, and we've got our metrics, and we know that, typically the IT spend for a SMB or mid-market customer is 2.5 to 3.5 times their spend for their traditional voice and data. That's just opening such a big opportunity for everybody who's on this call today to really make 2017 the best year you've ever had. And the time is now, guys. I really can't say that more, and those of you who've worked with me for a while probably say, Mark, you say that every year. But I'm not overemphasizing. The time is now. We saw a huge adoption in 2016. We just saw, the wheels come off. Everybody was buying cloud in 2016, and RapidScale as an organization, we had one of our best years we've ever had in top-line revenue growth and EBITDA performance and net profitability. We also had one of our biggest quarters ever in the fourth quarter of last year, and that was the first time we've had a huge fourth quarter. And when I say huge, I mean really big. Traditionally, the fourth quarter slows down, right? A lot of you, because you own your own businesses, you have the ability to take some time off in November and December, and a lot of you on the call do that, which is great. More power to you. And that would slow our sales down. This year was the exact opposite, guys. We saw more opportunities and more serious buyers in the fourth quarter. So it's really looking more like a traditional IT spend, which is we're coming to the end of the year. A lot of us run fiscal years January to December 31st, and we have money allocated in our budgets that has to be spent. Matter of fact, Chris Morera, one of our channel managers who runs the West in Chicago for us, Chris and the partner closed a $8,200 deal on the last day of the year. And congratulations to that partner and Chris. And that customer had to sign it by the 31st, right? And it's a traditional IT type environment. I got to get this money spent or it's gone next year. And we expect to see more of that in 2017 and beyond. So what products are going to be hot for you all this year? There's no question security remains a very, very hot topic, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen more and more security requests coming from clients. Excuse me. And RapidScale has a security play that will be rolling out in 2017. We have been at the table with some top security companies over the last 12 months and really looking for the best solution that's going to come into play with what your clients and you folks are telling us you need. And that's aggressive. That's aggressive top-of-the-line security. Of course, we offer all the firewalls, all compliance. We do all that today, so that goes without saying that we provide secure environments. But what we're seeing clients come to us and want is extremely advanced security, heuristic security, where you've got software algorithms running on the back end of the compute environment to look at what's going on and stop hackers and stop people from sending out information that they steal from companies. That's the kind of security that we're going to be bringing to the marketplace in 2017, everything going the way we're planning today. We also see that pay-per-use is accelerating in 17. It certainly isn't going to slow down. Pay-per-use, for those of you who aren't familiar with that term, that's really more of the DIY, do-it-yourself environments with Microsoft Azure and Amazon, right, where you go in and you throw in a credit card and you just pay per click, pay what you need and spin something up and run it for 8 hours, 36 hours, 4 months, whatever it'll be, and then boom, you shut it down and you're no longer paying for those resources. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in our selling tips that are coming up here in a few minutes. But we see a lot of customers moving into that type of an environment where they're just saying it just simply doesn't make sense to go out, procure that server, load that server, rack, mount, power, pipe, all that great stuff I have to do in my data center to get that server up and going. buy my applications, install my applications, test my applications. Interdependencies need to be built into my other applications. All of that's a lot of work, and believe me when I tell you it's a very long cycle from initial we need this to it's up, it's working, and it's running the way we want it to, and that's something that cloud is really bringing to the forefront, right? We are an on-demand service. They can turn up whatever they need with us, very, very quickly. If they want to turn it up themselves and they don't need any professional services from our end, they can turn it up, the same day that they go and purchase it from us. So we're going to see a lot more growth in the pay-per-use and what we call IT as a consumption model, right? And when we get to the sales tips, we'll go into that one a little bit deeper, but just think your traditional IT spend, I was the director of IT or I was the CIO, whatever my title would have been, and I've got to go out there and not only spend for next year, but typically I'm spending for the next 3 to 5 years. And that makes for some pretty hard forecasting, right? And the last thing you want to be as a CIO or director of IT or CTO, choose your title, is standing in front of the CFO and the CEO again 18 months later saying, under forecasted, or you under forecasted, we need to go spend more money, right? They don't want to hear that. So what do? They all spend a lot more money up front so that they have that capacity for growth built into the platform that they're running today. So just different things that are happening in the market that we're going to see more and more customers take advantage of. And of course, cloud applications in general, guys, we see a lot more cloud applications coming into play. They're just going to continue to grow, right? That's that next evolution from infrastructure as a service to an apps model, right? I mean, we're all very familiar with applications on demand now because of our smartphones, an iPhone, a tablet, or whatever you may have. That's the next evolution of our industry is, why in the world would I want to go buy an application, put it on a server, manage it, maintain it, own it, run it, when there's the opportunity just to buy the application like I go out and buy Candy Crush. I don't have Candy Crush. That was a joke if anybody's laughing out there. And I've never had it. I don't even know how to find that if I had to. But why wouldn't you want to buy that application on its own if it's going to fully integrate into the rest of the applications you have? And that's the key, right? For those of you who know our CEO, Randy Jeter, for the last 7-8 years, Randy's been talking about the RapidScale App Store, right? That's our long-term end vision, guys, is to have an app store for y'all where you're not only selling customers infrastructure and service, but you're also selling them applications and, most importantly, getting paid on those applications with a commission. That's where we foresee this to be at the end of the day. Can you imagine selling a customer, and just let me give you this one on a quick side note because I love saying this one. Can you imagine going to a CFO who ran a small enterprise company? He's used to having 3, 4, 5,000 people within his organization, and then he decides to go start his own company, or she decides to go start her own company. Let's not be sexist. And decides with, hey, what I really want is SAP, right? SAP is an enterprise solution around my financials, my ERP. It's everything I need. It's typically $1 million minimum entrance price. You can't go and buy that if you're a small business owner, right? Just starting her first business with 20 employees. She can't afford $1 million. But what if she could just go buy that SAP app for the 5 employees that needed it, right? Or for the 20 employees and spend $200, $300 a month for it, right? Now you're looking at $6,000. That's very doable, especially if you know all the benefits and advantages of having that software run within your environment. So start thinking a little bit differently, and you're going to find that the world is going to change a lot for us in 2017. All right, $175 billion in spend in 2015 in the cloud practices that you see on the left. Nice sized growth in cloud applications, which is SaaS, software as a service. Infrastructure grew tremendously. It grew more than anything else. And then you had 2016. And we jumped $203 billion, guys, in spend. Or 204, sorry. That's a 16% increase. This is heating up, and this market is available for you to sell into. And as you can tell, we're super excited about having you all on the call today. And we hit a record here. We got 101 attendees, which we haven't done in quite some time. And I think we maxed out our webinar. So Zuleika, we got to figure something out for next time, because we got some people who aren't going to be able to get in here, which is not cool. But continuing, let's keep going, guys. And I am aware of your time. Typically, as I do midway through, for those of you who joined a little late, I'm just going to go over our laundry list of items again. FYI, thank you for joining the RapidScale call. Mark Sotkowski here. I am the president of the company, and very, very excited to have you all on the call with us today. Everything is being recorded, so we will have this up on the partner portal within 24 hours, and you'll be able to go back and watch the entire recording. Additionally, everybody who registered today will be receiving a copy of the deck, so don't worry about taking super fast notes. We'll get you there. Please use the questions button if you have any questions. Zuleika will be reviewing those and handling them for us as they come up. So hopefully we'll get all those answers for you guys. Okay, selling tips. All right, so this is the part that we wanted to get to today, guys, because this is what's going to make a difference to everybody on the call today. We've got about 5 or 6 selling tips that we just want to go through with you guys, and please, any questions, throw them our way. We'd love to get them, and this is the interactive part that I like. So, emphasize cloud management. Okay, what do we mean by that? What we're finding out is, and this just isn't cloud, guys, this is IT in general. So we saw this shift in IT professionals over the last 2 years, 24 months, where more and more companies are trying to leverage and get more out of IT than they've gotten out of IT in the past. We've had a lot of mid-market enterprise type customers, more mid-market, and SMB has always kind of been this way, so really think mid-market, 100 to 2,000 employees. We've seen a tremendous amount of stress go on to those IT teams. I call it the dichotomy of the CEO and the IT director, right? The IT director is looking at the company, he's smart, he knows they're profitable, they're making money, and he's walking in to do his budget in October with the idea of getting 2 more help desk people assigned to his team so he can better serve his internal customers, which are the employees of the company. Well, the CEO is looking and saying, how in the heck do I get rid of 1 or 2 of those help desk guys that, seemingly are here, they're great guys, but, why do I need them when I can outsource a lot of this? And outsource is a bad word, but, what we found is that it is accepted now. The C-suite has spoken. They have told the IT teams loud and clearly that, we're going to move as much of this into an as-a-service model as we can. It's more economical for us. It's more reliable for us. It's more redundant for us. It gives us a lot more options as far as consumption of IT goes, and we're going to start doing this. And really, there's no way around it. And the interesting thing that we've seen here, guys, we've actually seen the IT teams make a change, right? We used to joke 5 years ago, and it wasn't a joke because it was frustrating as heck for me. We'd walk in and sit down with an IT director or an IT manager, and they were looking at us like we were there to, slaughter the sheep, right? We were coming in to take their jobs, and it really wasn't our goal. But that's exactly how they felt about it. They built these IT regimes that just simply have now gone by the wayside, if not fully. They are certainly on their way, and we expect them to continue to, get smaller and smaller over the next, 2 to 5 years as we continue to drive more technology to businesses. So a lot of these IT teams don't have the management experience to manage the applications, and that's a big differentiator for RapidScale. We have a lot of customers who come to us and rely on us as an extension of their primary IT team. As a matter of fact, some of our largest enterprise customers, that's exactly what they look at us for. They're running their platform on top of us, on our platform is a better way to say that. because of our metrics, because of the architecture we have within how we deliver. Our performance is really strong. It's great when you need a high performance solution with desktop as a service, infrastructure, etc. These people are experts. They know what they're looking for, and they say, hey, we want to run this on one of the best performing networks we can find, but we don't need your help, RapidScale. We'll do all this little stuff ourselves. We'll manage it. We'll manage the servers. You know, we're just like using Amazon with you guys. But I'll tell you where they come back to us. Every single quarter, we do quarterly business reviews with them, and we are part of their IT decision-making team. For a lot of these customers, we are an added resource from not only engineering and design, but also recommendations of what's coming, where to go next, what should they be looking at doing with regards to their business, and how can they take more advantage of cloud-based solutions. So Empathise Cloud Management, it's going to be big. And by the way, the majority of our mid-market customers, and are definitely the majority of all our SMB customers, have fully outsourced the management of their virtual machines to us as well. Why? It just doesn't make sense. I'll manage a virtual machine for $100 a month. You can't get somebody who you're paying $75,000 a year to do that more cost effectively than what we can do it for. And most of those SMB customers are, 5 to 8 virtual machines. So it's not a ton of money, and it makes a lot of sense for them. Okay, next sales tip. Any questions on that one? All right, emphasize redundancy. So this is something that comes up a lot with us guys, and it's really important that everybody here understands. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm a little under the weather today, guys, as you can probably hear in my voice for those of you who know me. So emphasizing redundancy. So at RapidScale, we built what's called a FlexPod architecture. FlexPod architecture is designed with Cisco as your compute platform, NetApp, all flash SSD storage as a back-end storage platform, all Cisco routing, Fortinet firewalls along with VMware firewalls for the very small customers who don't need a whole lot of features and functionalities. And we're running Citrix as our desktop broker. That entire stack is built redundantly upon itself in each data center. And right there, that works for 90+% of our customers. They feel as though, hey, you've got all this set up to fail over internally inside of your own data center, so really what am I going to lose? If I lose the whole data center, then I'm going to be without service for my cloud. And as a lot of you on this call know, RapidScale has some of the best SLAs in the marketplace, and we are heavily penalized if we go into outages with our customers. Knock on wood, we don't do that very often at all. And again, that's, I often say this, guys, we've got really, really smart engineers who work for us, and they're worth every dime because they design this stuff to truly run, in all of the time it can be up. I mean, they are striving for that 100% uptime constantly. And, we're tweaking and doing things at the back end that just continue to get us as a better provider to you and your customers. And they're all Tier 3 data centers, as you guys know. So not only is the internal infrastructure built redundantly upon itself, which is extremely important, but the data center functionality is all redundant upon itself as well. So no single points of failure from power or cooling or fire discharging. If there's a fire, it's got fire suppressant technology that won't ruin the equipment if it goes off, to, security guards, man traps, you can't get in there. It's extremely secure environments and fully redundant. So again, emphasize redundancy when you're talking to your customers. If we run into a client who says, I'd really just like to do this myself, I'm going to go purchase the servers myself and do it on my own, get our team on the call with that buyer. We can help you there. We can share with them just how much redundancy they're giving up, or how much more it's going to cost them to go make their solution as redundant as it would be if they were purchasing it with you via RapidScale. So really important pieces here. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. You guys understand redundancy and how important it is. So we will go on. Okay, solution selling versus transactional selling. Anybody who knows me knows this is where I get on my little soapbox, and I can go on at the pulpit for hours, but I won't do that to you guys today. Elevate your sales game. Couldn't have said it better, Zuleika. That's exactly what that tip should be. Solution selling, guys, it is so much more effective and so much more powerful to your clients and your customers, and I'm sure 95% of you know exactly what I'm talking about here. But take advantage of IT services being a solution sale. It really is. I've been saying this for 5 years now. You can change your entire relationship with your customers by going into the C-suite and now working with them in the C-suite level of what are your challenges, what are your problems, what are your goals of your company in 2017 and 18 and beyond. And how can we leverage technology to increase your efficiencies and enhance your profitability? And you can steal that one from me. Increase efficiencies and enhance profitability. The reason that we say enhance profitability, because it could be that we're saving them money, which will make them more profitable. It could be our solution is a profit-driving solution that that customer is going to take advantage of. For example, a new ERP system, right? There's a heavy price tag on it. Call it $250,000 to $1 million for a business, 100+ users. But if you're really selling that solution to your client, there are a whole lot of profit enhancements that come into a new ERP system, from capturing lost billing that you may not have had in the past because you're running, a lower end accounting package like a QuickBooks or a Peachtree. It could be integration with other systems, right? That allows you to better deliver your product set, right? If I'm a customer and it takes me typically, let's just say 5 days to have a customer come in, order my product, ship it to them, collect the money, make them a happy customer. If I cut that 5 days to 3 days, what am I doing financially in my company? I'm making it stronger. I'm making it better. So get into solution selling and get out of transactional selling. I can safely tell you guys where we have a lot of non-productive time is the term I'll use. We have a lot of non-productive time when we have our partners engaging with IT managers, directors, whomever they may be on the customer side. And, they're telling them, I want to procure this, right? So that's the customer saying to our sales partner, I need to procure a new SAN, right? And the conversation stops there, and that becomes a transaction, right? So what are you looking for in a SAN? Why do you need a new SAN, right? Probably running out of space, probably performance, things like that. But let's dive into this and get you the best solution you can possibly have for your money. And let's really tear it apart. And that basically gets you guys to engage with our channel management team and our solution engineering team and get them on a call with you. And just to give you guys some metrics that we looked at this last quarter, I told you it was a huge one for us. Quotes that went out directly from the channel manager to the sales partner without any interaction with the customer, our closing percentage was under 4%. And there was a huge volume of those quotes that went out in 2016. We hope not to have that happen in 17. When we had a quote delivered to a customer with the channel manager involved, we saw our closing rate jump and went up to about 14%, which is fantastic. When we got a solution engineer involved, this would be Dwayne Barnes, leads our solution engineering team and his wonderful team of very, very smart guys. We saw those closing percentages leap to 40% in Q4. Guys, if that isn't showing you right there in very simple, easy math, get us involved. We can help you close the business. I don't know what is. Take advantage of the team. That's why we're here. You've heard me say shoulder-to-shoulder selling for 5+ years now. We're still in that mode, guys, and it's still going to take time for customers and for our partners, to become experts in IT. I constantly use the example that, when you go back 10, 12 years and MPLS was a new product in the networking side of the house, and none of us could sell it on our own because we needed an engineer to come in and design it. And is it meshed, fully meshed? How are we going to deliver it? Blah, 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 blah. Now those who traditionally sell voice and data services don't even need an engineer for an MPLS. You become experts. It's taking time, but it's happened. We're going to see the same thing happen with regards to IT services. You're all going to become stronger, better, faster, smarter, and you're going to be able to sell more and more of this without the support. But while we have it, let us give it to you and let's be successful together. Emphasize security and compliance. As a lot of you know, we are a compliance madman house over here. We've gone through pretty much all of them. Some you probably never even heard of. There are a couple that we don't have today, but the reality is we've been audited by third-party companies who've come in and audited our practices to make sure they stand up to PCI, they stand up to HIPAA, they stand up to FINRA, they stand up to FedRAMP. We've done all this, guys, so we are a compliancy, I won't say juggernaut, but pretty darn close. If you have a customer who's in the compliancy arena, reach out to us, get us involved, we can help you with them. And what we find is a lot of customers come to us because they are a smaller healthcare practice that, you know, just looking at the weight of HIPAA, and you look at your smaller healthcare practices, which are typically 1 to 3 or 4 doctors, you know, they have to become everything. They're the CFO, the CEO, the IT manager, the CIO, the security officer, they're the compliance officer. Trust me when I tell you, they want to hand those things off, believe me. So listen for that when you're talking to your clients, guys. Listen to what they're asking you for, because compliancy is a hot product set today, and it's not going to slow down. That we're going to see more and more organizations require it. And security, again, we talked about it before. Security is big, and you know, security is not cheap. So we try to deliver as secure an environment as we can to our customers, but it costs money. And a lot of times customers, you know, don't have it in their budget. But, you know, unfortunately, we're all looking at this, you know, going down in the future. Security is going to become more and more of a requirement for your customers. That's why RapidScale is bringing a practice into play for you. It's going to be high-end, profitable security practice that they're going to have to spend money to get, but hopefully we'll make them a very secure environment. You know, not only from external hackers, but internal people who are doing bad things as well. Consistent billing. So this is a big one, especially when we're talking to customers who are looking for, who are looking at purchasing on their own versus buying it from an as-a-service provider like RapidScale. You know, this is called consumption billing, guys. We charge our customers for what they consume. It's that simple. So we sold, I told you we sold some massive deals in Q4. One of those massive deals, Dwayne Barnes, I'll give him some credit, some kudos on this one. He's a stud. He was out in front of the customer with our channel partner and with our sales partner and our channel manager, the whole team. We were going through the solution set that they needed. We knew what their problems were. We understood how we could help them. We provided them with our solution and said, here you go. And then Dwayne said, by the way, what are you doing with your enterprise Microsoft agreement? And they said, well, we have to renew that in January, and it's going to cost us a couple $100,000. And Dwayne said, well, do you realize when you move to us, we can provide you that licensing via SPLA licensing or the Office 365 licensing, and you no longer have to go out and purchase that enterprise agreement from Microsoft. You can purchase it through us, and it'll be based on what you're consuming. So if you go up by 5 employees, you go down by 15 employees, those licensing requirements change, and you're no longer being paid, you're no longer being billed for something you're not using, which is pretty powerful, guys. It is certainly something that got us that deal and threw us over the top. And, you know, just to get you guys an idea, that's a $50,000+ a month biller. So it's a nice size account for the sales partner and for RapidScale. Okay. In-house professional services. Here's something we're extremely proud of at RapidScale that a lot of you may not know. We're fully encompassing of everything we do here. So what I mean by that is we're not outsourcing, guys. We don't outsource anything to anybody. We've got our own teams of service delivery engineers. We've got our own support team. We've got our own solution engineering team. So everything is inclusive of what we're trying to do as an organization. And what does that mean to you and your customers? Well, if you get my sales engineering team involved, solution engineering team, call them what you want, and they're on the front end, and they're designing the solution. They're constantly in contact with the service engineering team as well as the support team, making sure that the design we're giving them is best of breed, and it's something that we know we can do well, something we've done probably in the past that's worked well for our clients. And we're moving this from section to section throughout the company, which gives a higher quality assurance to your customer. And we're super proud of that, because a lot of our biggest our biggest competitors don't have that in place. They don't have their own service delivery team. They're a do-it-yourself organization, Amazon, Azure, where the majority of their customers are doing the work themselves, and they're delivering their own service, if you will. Now, yes, some of you on the call are saying, well, hold on a minute. Mark, I know I can buy professional services from Microsoft. You're right. If you want to spend a lot of money, you can. And you may or may not get, Microsoft badge folks. You could get outsourced folks, or you could get Microsoft badge folks. But regardless, the differentiation for us as an organization is we love the fact that we can keep all of this fully in-house for you, our customers, and for your customers, and for you, our partners. It really, really helps, guys, when you're troubleshooting issues and you know exactly how it was designed, how it was implemented, and how it should be working. It really allows us to get through and fix small issues quickly. And to be fair, learn from best practices, right? We are constantly learning as an organization as well. And if there's a better practice in doing something that's going to give the customer better uptime, better performance, better experience with us, then we're going to put that best practice in place. Okay. So 2017, we got a couple new folks I want to introduce you all to today. Heidi Knowles is our new Partner Experience Channel Manager for the Southeast. She will be working directly for Mr. Andrew Lauder, and Andrew has been promoted to Director of Sales for the East Coast. So congratulations, Heidi, for joining. Congratulations, Andrew, for your promotion. William Kirk, we're adding another Partner Experience representative, guys. We've had such great success with Drake Lerma, who was our first, that we've decided to add another, and believe it or not, we've got 2 more slotted for Q2 of this year as well. We have gotten feedback from all of you that this is one of the better practices that we put into place. It's really that extra touch. It's saying, hey, I'm here, I can help. Let's jump on a call. Let's get strategic. Let me help you get what you need from marketing. Let me help you deliver what you need to your customers. So it's been a great practice for us, and we'll continue to expand it. Dylan Bourdaise, our new Senior Solution Engineer, who's going to be out of Raleigh, North Carolina as well. So super excited about getting Dylan on board. He joins Dwayne and David and the rest of the team. So again, guys, more resources for you, our sales partners. I'm hoping you're getting this, you're hearing me. That's why we're making these hires. That's exactly why these people are all coming on board, and I'm highlighting them for you today. New location, Raleigh, North Carolina, will be up and functional here in Q1 of 17. As a lot of you know, we built out into Hong Kong and Amsterdam, into those data centers in 2016. They are both up and operational now. So let's go sell some international cloud. If you have any opportunities, let us know. We'd love to chat with you about them. It's exciting, exciting, exciting for us. Here's a good little visual. Here's your channel manager team, where they kind of live and breathe and what they do. And again, more hires coming in 17. We've seen a tremendous uptick over here in the Northeast. Mr. Coso joined us last year. He's been doing a fantastic job. And we're just getting a lot of traction in the Northeast, as is a lot of our competition, I'm sure. Central, we've been rocking and rolling. We got Paul Overstreet running the Central region for us. So he gets up to Minnesota. He's down in Dallas. He's in Houston. Wherever you need him, we'll get him there for you. And then Chris Morer is over here on the West Coast with me. And who's not on here is Mr. Andrew Davis, who joined us last year as well. So Andrew is going to have a little section up here in the Northwest for us. So lots of growth, lots of support. That's the message I want to deliver to you guys today. We are here for you. We want to grow with you and be successful with you. So marketing materials. I know a lot of you jump on these calls because this is one of the things you think we do the best, and we're excited that one-on-one collaboration with our personal marketing director, tailoring your campaign to what best suits your company, marketing style, MailChimp, co-branding. Zuleika was telling me that we've got more newsletters coming out this year. We've got a whole new facelift going on to the drip campaign for the email marketing for those of you who take advantage of that. We want to give you new, fresh material so you can keep on plugging it out there and hopefully driving some business. The partner portal, yes, we got more and more stuff on that partner portal. If you haven't been there for 3 months, check it out. If you haven't been there for 6, holy moly, has it changed. But jump on that. You can email marketing@rapidscale.net. You can email your channel managers. You can email Zuleika, Summer, myself. We'll get you whatever you need because we are a marketing company as well as a sales company, and we want you to be successful. And we developed all these tools for you, not us. We don't direct market to customers, so this is for you guys. Take advantage of it. Training videos, we're going to have a lot more of those coming out in 2017. We've got, I think, a dozen or 2 on the calendar for 17. Whiteboard sessions with our CTO, William Hyatt, and Dwayne Barnes, our Director of Solution Engineering. Whiteboard sessions with our senior implementation engineers, for those of you who really want to get techie and blow your mind on what these guys can get into. We'll be giving you some content that's just going to open your eyes. If you're a techie guru and you want to learn it, we're going to give it to you. That's our goal. Speaking to that, one of the things that came to us last year by request of you, our sales partners, said, Mark, we love that you do a webinar every month, and thank you, but you're fluffy in your marketing. we want more meat. We want technical training. So Mr. Dwayne Barnes has agreed to do one technical training on the 3rd Wednesday of every month for you guys, and it will be deep dive technicals with demos, platforms, updates, and more. So take advantage of that, guys. I've been wanting this to happen for a long time. I've heard it for a long time, so I'm super excited that we can deliver that to you. And we're coming to the end. That is it. Got you all out with about 14 minutes to spare. Do we have any questions, Zuleika?
Nope, no questions here.
No questions. I'm going to check if we got any chats. No chats. Okay. Well, hey, everybody, thank you so much for joining RapidScale's first webinar of 2017. We appreciate you coming on board with us today. Hopefully you got some good information out of us here. Super excited. Appreciate the partnership of all of you. Thank you for setting a record of 101. Zuleika, we're going to have to up that for next time around. Have a great January, guys. Have a great Q1. Have a wonderful 2017, and we're here to help. Thank you very much. Have a great day.